everybody, how are you? This is Dr. Benavides. I just wanted to say hi, and I wanted to talk to you about a couple of different things, one of them being the matrix, because you have quite a little bit of questions about it. And first, let me take a step back, because also some of the questions are, can we change questions now? Because you are finding out that our questions don't work. We're not going to meet the assignment requirements. Yes, you can. You're just not going to get much feedback on it. Most of the feedback, actually all of the feedback, was worked in your first submission of the question. Then if you had to resubmit your question because there was feedback for your question, then you got some extra points for submitting your question so that you can make up some of the points that you lost for not having gotten full credit on your first submission. But you're not going to get any more feedback. The first feedback was thorough and it gave you direction, and we're expecting you to run with that and make a better question from there. If you're still finding that you do not have enough literature to go with your question, you can change it at any time. The sooner the better, because you're going to be more invested and you're going to have less time as time goes on. So there is that. As for your matrix, you do have to have articles that are related to your question on your matrix and that you are thinking about using in your literature review. On week 3 is one matrix with 10 articles that's worth 10 points. Then you have another matrix which you build on the first matrix, right? That should have 20 articles. So it's the 10 original articles plus 10 more related to your topic, and you fill it in with all of the information that an article should have. So in your row 1, you have the article APA information. So you start with the authors, year, title, journal, DOI, and then I save a PDF of the article in my Google Drive, and I include that link in that cell, in cell A2 for the first article, A3 for the next article, so on and so forth. And then in the column, so going across, I have introduction, literature review or theoretical framework, then methods, result, discussion, and then a 6th column for comments. And in those comments, I include things of like, how am I going to use this particular article in my matrix? And that helps me to just quickly scan that column and be like, oh yeah, I was thinking that this particular article was going to help me, build my lit review, build my lit review in this section or in this way. And so I just quickly scan that and then go on that column or on that row and find the information I needed, and I plug it into my lit review when I'm writing, when I'm ready to get that information. Another important thing to get on your matrix is, you want to format it exactly like the example I gave you. You don't have to. It has to be filled in, but if you want to, it's just the text wrapping. And I have been getting some questions about that. So how do I share screen on this? Hang on, give me 1 second. Here. It was taking me a minute because I had forgotten that I was wanting to share this. So the way I'm formatting this is I'm making the columns wider by going here, and that makes the column wider. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Let's see. I want to go to the course literature review matrix. So that is going to be matrix. So that is going to be on C. Sorry, I'm not trying to make it easy. Here we go. So, right here, I have different information for different courses. So I'm going to go to another course so that I don't confuse you. So like I was saying, right here in A2, I have that. And then right here, I click on it and it takes me straight to the article. And then that way I don't have to go find that article. It's right there for me in the matrix. And so I have introduction. I have a brief summary of the introduction, literature review or theoretical framework, including key theories, sources, definitions, and hypotheses. I misspelled hypothesis. Now, normally, what Excel or Google Sheets is going to do by itself is it's going to show me the text like this. It's going to be at the bottom of the cell and it's going to not be wrapped. So you go here to align and you top align it and then you wrap it. And then that's going to make it in that format. Like I said, your matrix just has to be full. It does not have to be formatted the same, but it does make it easier. And then in the methods, you have sample procedures and data analysis. Those are the three key informations that are going to help you in your literature review. In the results is basically descriptive figures or findings, whatever you think you're going to need. Next, oops, we have the discussion. So that is, what is the theoretical contribution that this article is giving us? What are the practical implications of this article? What are the limitations and what are the future research directions? And then on the comments is, you know, I personally like to write what database I pulled it from, what are any other limitations that the authors did not see in the research, but that I'm seeing in the research. Like maybe the authors listed a small sample, but they also have like a sample from a specific geographical location, and they didn't talk about how they needed to expand their location to make the research more generalizable. Well, I'm noticing that, so I'm going to talk about it. And then if, you know, they talked about certain research directions, but I think they can take it further, then you can comment on that as well in this column. And what is the application to your current research project? In this case, your current literature review. So that will be Article 1, that will be Article 2, that will be Article 3, Article 4, Article 5, so on and so forth. So what we're expecting is one big long file at the end, 10 articles by week 3, 20 articles the next time around, 30 articles the next time around. And it has to be filled out thoroughly. So all of this needs to be in there with as much detail as you need to fill out your matrix. So maybe you don't have as much detail as I have here, but you know, you have thoroughly filled out enough to where we can see where you are going to pull this information to complete your 8 to 10 pages literature review. All right, so I think those are all the questions that I've seen on your emails. So I'm trying to address them all at the same time because literally we got like 100 questions about this. So if I missed any, I will amend with an email. Otherwise, I think I covered everything. All right, talk to you soon.